Now the Jewish feast of the Passover was near. When Jesus looked up and saw a large crowd coming toward him, he said to Philip, "Where can we buy bread for these people to eat?" But he was asking this to test him, for he knew what he was about to do.
Do you remember the story of Jesus feeding 5,000 people with only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish? Here's what's interesting about this story. Out of the 5,000 people plus that gathered to hear Jesus, no one but one little boy brought a lunch. Let's pick up the story of verse 7.
Philip answered, 200 denarii would not buy enough bread for each of them to have a small piece. One of his disciples, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, said to him, "Here is a boy with 5 barley loaves and 2 small fish. But what difference will these make among so many?" "Have the people sit down," Jesus said. Now there was plenty of grass in that place, so the men sat down, about 5,000 of them. Then Jesus took the loaves and the fish, gave thanks, and distributed to those who were seated as much as they wanted. And when everyone was full, he said to his disciples, "Gather the pieces that are left over, so that nothing will be wasted."
This one little boy offered the 5 loaves and 2 small fish he packed for his lunch and probably dinner. And he gave them to Jesus, what little he had. And God used that small amount to feed over 5,000 people. And here's what's amazing. It says, and distributed to those who were seated as much as they wanted. Wow. You may believe you don't have much, not much in assets. You may think you don't have much in talent or even much time to offer God. But offer what you do have, no matter how little you have. Offer it to God. Give him your 5 loaves and 2 fish and see what he will do with it. It tells us that Jesus asked, where can we buy bread for these people to eat? But he was asking this to test him because he knew what he was about to do. Jesus wasn't worried about how to feed 5,000 people. He already had in mind what he was going to do. He saw the need before the disciples did, and he knew what he was going to do to provide for the people. You need to understand this truth today. God always has the answer before you even know the problem. God is not worried about your unsolvable problem. He saw your problem long before you did. He knew it was coming, and he already had a plan for it. God knows a solution to your problem before you even recognize it's a problem. So why are you worried? Just admit you have a problem you can't solve on your own, and then give God everything you have. Watch him take your loaves and fish and turn them into a feast. What a wonderful God we serve. May God bless and keep you, my friends, in Jesus' holy and precious name. Amen.